Hi guys, welcome back for TripFX. Today I have here the special guest is Paul from Itoo Software. And so, hi Paul, and nice to meet you. And so, we are here in Arezzo for the event Digital Drawing Days. But we can talk, the event, we can talk about your company. Can you tell me about the Itoo Software company?
Itoo Software is a company from the south of Spain, based in Cadiz. We're actually quite a small company, only 7 people. 6 of those live in Spain, and I live in the rainy old UK instead. We've been developing plugins for 3ds Max since the late 90s. Actually, Forest Pack originally came out of a need for the 2 lead developers to populate an enormous golf course with foliage. And there wasn't actually a solution for that at the time, and that's how Forest Pack was born. And since then, it's just been sort of going from strength to strength, to the point now that I think it's probably the leading scattering plugin for 3ds Max.
Okay, so you develop only plugin for 3ds Max. Do you think in the future to develop also for another kind of 3D package?
It's certainly something we're looking at. Until recently, we've been very busy with a new website and the 2 significant new plugin releases that we had just a month ago. But we're getting a lot of requests, and we're aware that there is a demand in other packages. It's not a short-term plan. In the long term, maybe, and we're looking at options and where our energy might be best placed.
Do you develop Forest and RailClone? Can you talk to me about this?
Forest Pack is a scattering tool for distributing huge amounts of geometry in a scene. It's a really healthy mix of being able to create a kind of a natural chaos with the kind of control that artists demand. RailClone is a parametric modeling tool. It's truly, I think, a unique workflow for 3ds Max. It's parametric modeling. I like to call it parametric modeling for artists, because I think unlike other similar tools or other parametric approaches to modeling, it really doesn't require any programming knowledge or advanced understanding of the language or approaches of programming. So it's all based on simple nodes with language that artists should understand. And I think the learning curve is relatively straightforward, and within a few weeks you can be up and running with quite an advanced tool. It also has the same advantage of being able to produce stupendous amounts of geometry like Forest Pack, so it's not a simple modeling tool, it's instancing as well, and you can create objects with billions of polygons. Its workflow is quite unique. It's array-based, so it's 1D and 2D arrays.
Do you have another kind of plugin you develop in the future? So can you talk about this, or is only NDA, so you can talk about this? You have only these 2 plugins, or you develop another?
We have free plugins, a few free plugins. So in addition to RailClone and Forest Pack, we have Glue, which is for projecting splines onto uneven surfaces and terrains. We also have an edge plugin, which is a type of map which blends between edges, colors on edges. And we have what was, I guess, the precursor to RailClone, which is a clone modifier, which is kind of like a parameterized version of the array tool in 3ds Max that a lot of people find really useful. Those are all free. In terms of, have we got any other new plugins in development? I would say, and it's not due to reasons of NDA at the moment, we're a small company of 7 people, and up until, like I say, until now, Forest Pack and RailClone have really taken most of our time. I guess our energy and effort over the over the short-term period is to try and branch out into other markets. We're very dominant in architecture, for example, but we know that visual effects and animation and film are using our plugins, and we'd like to stimulate more interest in those areas. So we'll be looking at how we can encourage people in those areas to start using the plugins and what features they need, and continuing development in that direction.
What do you think the future for CGI? It's a very complicated question, because it's very great world, so you can think the world, the GPU render, maybe is not your sector, but what do you think to looking around? What the new way, new direction?
I think it's possibly not speculation so much as we're seeing it already. I think you've only got to look around, and it seems like this year, the industry feels like it's moving in new directions, and I think it'll be a progression of these. So we're seeing a lot more interest in real time and interactive, whether that's virtual reality or games engines. And real-time games engines used for things other than games, whether that's film previs or architectural visualization. I think that will only continue. VR is really interesting, and it seems to be taking off in a really big way as well. And I think the mixture of, or mixed reality, I suppose, augmented reality, which is, or mixed reality is going to be a really exciting new area. And it feels like that technology is there. It's just starting to come together now in ways that will enable this to become mainstream. Like with HoloLens, for example, and things like that seems to be a real interesting technology that's going to take us in new directions.
What do you think about Digital Drawing Days?
Yeah, it's my first time here. So I've never been to Digital Drawing Days before, and it's a really nice event. It's really friendly and it's laid back, and it's a really good chance for artists to get together and meet one another. Often we know each other remotely over online, so it's a nice chance to go and meet people face to face. Really good presenters in a laid back atmosphere.
Okay, thank you for your time.
No problem at all. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.